What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Chase, aka CR Media, as y'all may know me online. We are here for the 19th episode of Bad Booking. Probably would be on like the 25th, but like we've taken some weeks off and stuff like that. But man, can't believe we made it to episode 19. I am here joined with my two guys, Scott, Raz, Dark, Wolf. Yeah, now I'm doing it on purpose. And then underneath me, the Pro Wrestling Kingpin, Mark. How are you gentlemen doing this week?
I am alive and breathing.
There you go. I like
Fantastic. I'm excited to talk to some wrestling fans. You know what I'm saying? You little marks.
Heard that.
Oh, shit.
Heard that.
Already.
Yeah, that's right. But no, that's like Mark's thing. He's like, like Kane had his Canaanites. Hulk Hogan has his Hulkamaniacs. Mark has his little marks.
I got my marks, bro.
Yep.
Got my marks.
Gears of Kai. Chase wearing a Chase U shirt is gold. You have no idea.
Wow, did I just notice that shit?
It took you long enough, Mark.
Yeah.
I literally just noticed it.
Yeah. Appreciate everybody joining in the chat. Gentlemen, we've got quite the episode to go over here. We're going to talk about Backlash the other night or last night and the spectacle that it was. And it was a phenomenal show, in my opinion. Like I said, we're going to get into it. But let's start this off by talking about 60,000 people have bought tickets to Wembley.
Actually, make that 59,999 people because I was one person who bought tickets.
That's right. But 60,000 people have bought tickets to Wembley Stadium.
Pre-sale.
And about 30,000 of those went in the VIP pre-sale.
Yes.
Which was what I was part of.
Yeah. That's amazing. That's awesome. I was reading a thing the other day that like at the peak of WCW, like WCW's biggest event was like 36,000, 37,000.
Yeah. Something along those lines.
I'm going to pose a question to you guys because like I don't have a rundown. I don't have anything. We just have topics. So this is off the cuff, shooting from the hip here, guys. Let me ask you guys something. Does this, like, we know, but do you think that this is enough proof for the
WWE-ites?
Wrestling fans to go that AEW is a legit competitor now?
No,
AEW is a legit brand now.
No, because people are still fucking shit. People still want to throw shade at AEW. They want to look at AEW as a second-class citizen, and they want to look at it because they're what they call WWE drones, and that's all they've known. That's all they've known is WWE.
That's all they've known. That's all the fair weather, wrestling fans have known. It's always the WWE way. So if it's not WWE or that brand anywhere, everything else will always be second class.
Yeah.
I mean, this pre-sale, having 35,000 in a VIP pre-sale sold is apparently one of the largest pre-sales ever for a wrestling event.
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude. It's nuts.
Yeah, I think it's I think it's it's crazy. I think it says a couple of things. Number one, obviously, like I'm not even going to entertain the question of like, hey, is AEW competition? As WWE said, everything is competition to them, and as far as wrestling goes, AEW has always been competition since they ignited because it was it was the largest promotion backed money wise by somebody who has just as much money, if not more, than WWE. So there was a lot of different reasons for me to never ever question if AEW was going to be a legit competitor. But here it is. Big Country Matt Stockdale, appreciate you joining in tonight, brother. The night Goldberg beat Hogan in the Georgia Dome on July 6, 1998, there was 41,412 people in attendance.
Yeah, so that was WCW's biggest night.
Yeah.
and that was a Nitro.
Yeah.
That was a freaking Nitro.
Yes.
A Monday night episode of Nitro. We're talking height of the war between WWE and WCW, and it was on a Monday night. It was insane.
Mick Thomas, appreciate you joining in, sir. I didn't recognize you. That looks like Ricky, so that's why I was a little confused, brother. But we appreciate you being here, Mick. But yeah, I think it's crazy. I'm super excited. I'm super kind of jealous. I'm not gonna lie, Scott. I kind of still want to buy a ticket.
I definitely want to buy a ticket. That's my best friend's birthday. April 27th, August 27th. That's my best friend's birthday.
Yeah. And you know what your best friend should be doing for you on their birthday? Buying you a ticket.
I know, right? Dude,
they should be buying you a ticket.
Bad. I want to.
They should be buying you a ticket, Mark.
Yep.
If they're your best friend, then they should know this.
That's wild. A couple other news going on in AEW. We got Mox and Omega in a steel cage on Wednesday night. This BCC and
elite rivalry.
Elite rivalry.
We are going to see blood on Wednesday night.
Obviously.
How quick is Mox gonna be busted open? How quick?
I think it's actually going to be Kenny that bleeds.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I mean, he probably will, but I feel like Mox is going to be bleeding within the first, I'm going to say 3 minutes.
You think so? 3 minutes?
I'm going to say 3 minutes.
Okay.
Over under 3 minutes.
I can see it.
3 minutes, guaranteed.
I'm sticking with the 3 minutes because that sounds about enough time for.
I think they're gonna start off hot. They're just gonna go at each other, dude. That's what it's gonna be.
Golden Sombrero says, "I want to see Mox walk down the ramp already bleeding."
Okay.
Big Country Stockdale says, "Within 5 minutes, someone will bleed." But yes, yeah, definitely going to be blood. I would say within the first 10 minutes. 10 minutes easily.
Okay.
No,
Depending on
Chase being very optimistic today of having a regular match, you know.
Let me just say this. Depending on how much time they give them. Like if this match starts at 9:45, then it's under 5 minutes. Definitely. But if this match starts at like 9:30, I'll say 10. I'll say 10, within 10 minutes.
I think this match it's got to start like 9:30.
Yeah.
I think they're going to give them a while.
Here's a good question, or not a question, but a statement by Jake the Tribal Chief. The main event for All In should be Kenny Omega versus CM Punk. We talked about this last week, guys. Are we still in agreement on this?
It's got to be that, or it's got to be the Elite versus like FTR and CM Punk. In some shape or form, they need to be facing each other in Wembley. So either a one-on-one or a trios tag match. It's got to happen.
But the problem they have is that All Out is the week after. So what are you going to chuck on there as your main event?
Probably some type of rematch. Maybe something ends dirty.
I was, what we talked about last week with Punk and Omega, and then the following week have it be FTR and Punk, and then the Elite. However, do you think the idea is being floated around for MJF and CM Punk?
He needs someone big in Wembley to defend it against, and
I think it would be too early for Punk and MJF.
Yeah,
my personal opinion is it would be too early for Punk and MJF, especially if Punk's coming back and it's fresh off this brawl out, as they like to call it, because people are still remembering it. People still remember it.
Oh yeah.
Like absolutely. I said, it's got to be someone. It's got to be a big star-powered opponent for MJF. If not Adam Cole, then CM Punk. But I think they roll with Adam Cole. I think you have to have some type of Elite versus FTR and CM Punk there. It's got to be something, especially in Wembley. 65,000 already sold. You got to give them. You got to give them that. That's what everyone's expecting, in my opinion. They're expecting some type of confrontation with them. It's got to be a fight somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
Has to be.
So real quick, guys, before we're gonna pick a couple other topics from AEW here. We're gonna move on, but I wanted to just stop real quick. Got some good viewership tonight, guys. Appreciate you guys joining and hanging out with us. Keep your guys' comments coming in the chat. We appreciate it. If you guys haven't already, make sure you hit the like button and the share button, especially the like button, guys. It helps with the algorithm, gets it out there. So no matter what platform you're watching on, if you're watching on Twitch, just keep the chat active. But
and for the first time ever, we're streaming on my YouTube.
Yeah, there you go. And if you're not, make sure that you follow all these guys. Everybody should have the link tree or something in the bio, in the description of the video. So we just greatly appreciate it.
Can we just quickly address Mick's comment?
Yeah.
Anthony's not here at the moment. He will be back with us again soon. He's just dealing with some things outside of this space at the moment. So
yeah, Mick, this is why we got 5 people on board, man. Is so Mick, when ABJ's busy or not feeling so good, or anybody is busy or not feeling good, we can swap people in here in and out, and it works awesome. So Jake is really looking forward to the 4 Pillars Fatal 4-Way match, Double or Nothing. We talked about that last week. We obviously saw it was coming. It was written on the wall. Don't know why they played around with the idea of it not being a Fatal 4-Way. I thought that was kind of silly, but
I think they did it just for TV. Really, they did it just for the TV side of things to build the storyline a bit.
Yeah,
I think they did it just to help them make them legitimate contenders for MJF, because I feel like of the 4 or the other 3 challenging MJF, the only one who's remotely close to be title ready is Sammy Guevara. The other 2 not.
100%.
So I think it was actually pretty good booking, in my opinion. We all knew it was going to be a Fatal 4-Way, but just to get the excitement around anyone else being champion besides MJF and making them a little bit more legitimate, I think it was a pretty good move.
Yeah.
And yes, Stephen, I agree. Add a ladder to the match.
Well, I think you withhold the ladder in case you want to do the ladder for Wembley.
So run it back in Wembley.
Another.
I think that's a great idea. If you're not going to CM Punk or Cole, I think that's a fantastic idea.
I mean,
you say that.
It's weird to me, like, that they would. I mean, maybe they will, and that's cool if they do. But it would just be weird to me if they decided, like, this big pillar, this Fatal 4-Way AEW pillar match that, like, we've all kind of been waiting for since they all kind of, like, announced themselves as the pillars, or MJF made that pillar argument, right? Yeah. And I think that it would be weird for it to be one and done. We've gotten multiple matches with so many different feuds. It's like, why not run this Fatal 4-Way back?
True.
But yeah,
I think that's a pretty good idea. Like I said, especially if you don't get CM Punk or Adam Cole in that main event, I think that might be the way to go. Honestly, there's nobody else that's really ready.
For you.
Yeah,
I've got a question for you. Where do you see Jericho landing for All In?
Man, I at this point, I don't know. Maybe Sting, the match that everyone keeps clamoring about. They want to do it.
It'd be a first time ever.
It'd be a first time ever. But as far as right now, he doesn't really have anybody besides Cole. He's feuding with Cole right now. I mean, how long are you really going to drag that out? I mean, if they do drag it out, then I would see Adam Cole and Jericho at Wembley, but that's a couple months away. I don't know if they're really going to extend this feud for that long. So
I like that though. Sting and Jericho at All In for a first time ever.
I feel like at Wembley, Sting has to have some type of presence. And if you say we go Chase's route and we run it back with the Fatal 4-Way, Sting's not going to be involved in the tag team match at that point, right? So
yeah,
maybe get like a nostalgic feel in Wembley, so they get to see Jericho, greatest of all time, and then you get to see Sting, and
then Goldberg interferes.
Goldberg interferes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it becomes a triple threat.
Not a triple threat. Sting and Jericho can just beat the crap out of each other for about 8 minutes. And then after that, Goldberg comes out and spears Jericho, and
And Chris Jericho, after 25 years, finally gets his Goldberg feud.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Dean Houston, appreciate you joining tonight, sir.
I just think the first time ever Sting, you gotta have Sting involved in some way, just because it's such a huge show. This is basically AEW's WrestleMania right now, right? You're doing the biggest show they've ever done. You gotta have those stars as well in there. I don't see anybody besides Adam Cole, Jericho facing, having a legitimate feud going into that. I don't see Jericho on a title picture right now. I think you put a nice little nostalgic match in there. First time ever. You get to see the icon, and you get to see the greatest of all time go at it. 8 to 10 minutes, call it a day, put it in the middle of the show, let everyone else have their flowers. I think that'll be pretty good.
Absolutely.
But, yeah.
So one of the things I wanted to bring up was the I didn't want to bring this. I didn't want to bring this up, but it's going to lead to me bringing it up. Lethal and Jarrett versus FTR, Double or Nothing. Did you guys see the Lethal and Jarrett crew?
I did not know I needed that in my life on Dynamite.
I'm telling you, man, it was
that was amazing.
It was so awesome. I was amazed. I was like,
I did not know I needed it.
I was like, is this a segment that Jeff Jarrett is in that I am enjoying?
I was what is going on right now? Because we were doing the watch along, and I'm like, I did not know that I could be laughing at Jeff Jarrett on a farm in 2023.
Yeah. A super kick to the neck, or a super kick to the head, actually.
Just ask Bret Hart, you'll find out.
Yeah, Bret will say it's to the head, but Bret is full of shit. Anyways, and then I want to talk about the Hardy compound match.
Yeah,
it was amazing. I dug it. It was funny. It was. I don't know.
Good as the original deletion, but
no, of course they never will be. But
dude, we need that in AEW right now. If we're gonna get a final run, I want the full broken. I want everything.
Yeah.
We need it.
Yep, I agree. But it was great. Oh, here we go. No, he'll kick his hand and say it can custom you. Kai knows.
You've been down that rabbit hole way too much.
I have. WWE news, guys. The WWE draft.
What draft? What fucking draft? They've already fucked it. They've already fucked it. It's not even final. Well, it's finalized, but it's not even like
they're already going against it with the goddamn heavyweight championship tournament.
Now hold on.
Like, come on.
Now hold on. Hold on. What if? Because I see everybody getting up in arms about it, and I've seen everybody post a video like, oh my god, and I agree. But what if I'm just trying to think of the glass half full type of person. Mm-hmm. What if the person from SmackDown who wins just becomes a Raw superstar?
I'm sure
be the case.
I'm sure that's what they're thinking. But I mean, if it is a title specifically for Monday Night Raw, SmackDown competitors have no business being in that tournament. You should have grabbed all Raw superstars and give them the opportunity to do it.
I agree. But you know why they didn't? Because the SmackDown guys don't have an opportunity to face their champion because he's never there.
That is true.
I mean, it is what it is, Free agents is weird. I don't mind. I think I've seen your gripe about Omos, and I can see. No, I agree. I'm not going to disagree with it at all, Mark.
Not that I like Omos. I just want to put that out there. Like, I think he's like whatever. But
the reason why I thought I would like it is if Omos was a special attraction, like Brock Lesnar, Like Brock Lesnar's a free agent because he's a special attraction, right?
Yeah.
I feel like that's what they're doing. I agree with you.
Yeah, yeah.
I know,
So
I know
if
where you're going.
Omos,
with this. Yeah.
if Omos was a special attraction, then I would be like, okay, like I understand him being a free agent, but he's not. So why is he a free agent?
Oh,
I don't
God.
know. I honestly have no clue.
You're clearly trying to, for those of you guys that have not seen my TikTok, all right, this is what he's talking about. So basically, Omos has been in two straight premier matches with Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar. He took L's at both, but those are big time superstars for the WWE. It's not like he's just facing some random guy. He was on Backlash, which was amazing. Can't wait to talk about it. And he was on WrestleMania, and he faced two of the top stars in WWE. So you're clearly trying to push him, even though he's taking L's. You could still get put over by facing these guys. And yet he goes undrafted. He's not going to be featured on a show. So are you going to tell me that consistently Omos is just going to be booked at pay-per-view facing their top stars and just continue taking L's? Is he never going to go for a title? Is he never going to have a legitimate feud? What is the point? You are not Brock Lesnar, just like Chase just said. You are not Brock Lesnar. You are. I mean, I get the free agent bullshit with Brock Lesnar, but that is so stupid.
I mean, like I said, I wouldn't have a problem with it, but like I said, Omos is not treated like a. Yes, he is a special attraction because he's 7'4". He's a giant, but they don't treat him like a special attraction.
Yeah.
Like he's wrestling weekly. He comes out weekly. Like he's not like a oh my God, he's not a final boss. So I'm confused on why they just picked him to be this. Why they picked him to be the free agent. It's just why I'm confused about it.
I feel like they picked him to be the 80s representation of current wrestling. Like they want him to be like the old school big gigantic guy. We get to see him. We fill up Madison Square Garden to see these big gigantic guy. But when you're taking L's to the biggest guy in the companies, your push can only go so far.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Okay. It's just so weird to me.
Steven says Dolph, Ali, Omos, Von Wagner, Odyssey Jones, Zion Quinn are free agents.
Was Randy Orton drafted? This is a very dumb question, but
No.
I was so irritated with the draft. Like, I don't even see if Randy Orton was drafted. Can someone answer me that one? Like, that's another one. It's another one. Like, you make this WWE draft, okay, and you try to make this gigantic spectacle, and you're not even drafting the legitimate people that I would be drafting. If us three were legitimately drafting a roster, we'd be going after the champions first, to have as many champions as you can on your roster, and you're not even going for the premier superstars that you want to go. It's a joke.
And even
Triple
if
H
you're
was
not
like-
going for the champion first, you'd be going for the big names. You'd be taking people like Brock Lesnar. You'd be taking people like Randy Orton. You'd be taking your big name superstars in your draft because you know they're the ones that you can build the foundation on.
Jake, I understand that Randy Orton is still injured, but he's still on the roster. He's still an active superstar and one of the GOATs. And this guy needs to be on a roster when he comes back. Not, oh, SmackDown just signed Randy Orton or Raw just signed Randy Orton. No, you want to make the draft legitimate. You draft them just like you draft sleepers in your fantasy football draft and you wait somebody who's on the IR for 6 weeks. You're going to draft the guy. You're going to have him on your roster to make sure that we have this guy when he's ready.
So, Bray Wyatt and Alexa Bliss weren't drafted.
Apparently, talk with regards to that is Bray Wyatt is out currently indefinitely with medical issues.
It's not a medical issue; it's a creative
and that's
issue.
why they're not. That's why Alexa Bliss wasn't drafted or put in the draft because she is going to be attached to him again if and when he comes back.
Another stupid thing. I mean, Alexa Bliss is a goddamn star too. So regardless if Bray Wyatt's ready to go with his own mind or not, you need Alexa Bliss on the roster. That's another solid female that needs to be on there.
Yep.
Another reason why the draft is stupid.
I like
so
this.
Draft,
Fire up,
draft,
Mark. Fire up.
draft. Final thoughts, guys.
Fucking shit.
Stupid, waste of time, overhyped. They're already breaking it. What's the point?
They're breaking it with the champions as well. You've got Rhea holding the SmackDown title, but she's on Raw. You've got Bianca holding the Raw title, but she's on SmackDown.
Yep, they're going to do a title swap tomorrow night.
That's going to be stupid.
Yep.
That's going to be absolutely retarded.
Yep.
Yes, I said it. I don't care. That is going to be retarded.
Raz Wolf about to get canceled.
Woof. Woof. It's crazy that they're doing title swaps. I can't believe that.
I mean, we've got the undisputed tag team champions in Kevin and Sammy. What are they going to do with them? Are they going to be free agents that go across the board? Or are we going to split the titles there?
Yep.
I mean,
they're not going to split the titles. They hold both tag team titles. They said something about it at Backlash.
Yeah, they hold both, and I hear there's going to be more new championships being introduced. I heard World Heavyweight Tag Team Championships bringing brought back, and that's how it's going to be.
That just defeats the purpose of the undisputed tag team titles. Does it not?
It defeats the purpose of the undisputed Universal Heavyweight Championship, but we're having a tournament for it anyway.
What is wrong with this company?
The WWE draft is only good in WWE 2K. That's it.
Exactly.
That's it.
Damage Control. Are they splitting up?
If we're talking about if we're going to jump into Backlash after this, then yes, I would say they are, because EO put on a showing in that opening match.
Why are they still a thing? Why?
Who is your pick to win the World Heavyweight Championship, guys?
Seth Rollins.
Consolation prize for Cody Rhodes.
But it should be The Miz. Just putting it out there. Give the man his due. I'm tired
Here's the problem we have, though. People want it to be run back with Seth and Cody for the main event at Night of Champions. It's not able to happen because they're both on the same show.
You're right. Didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
Good point, Raz.
It's
Another
not
reason
gonna
why the WWE draft is stupid.
Stupid.
It's stupid.
So
I just want to apologize to everyone that's watching us. I do enjoy wrestling. I really do. Don't think this guy just hates everything. But the freaking WWE draft is currently and always has been and always will be stupid. Sorry.
I love it. I love it.
I hope we all see a triple threat AJ Finn and Nakamura New Japan vibes.
Won't happen.
Would be freaking dope.
It would be great, but won't happen.
Would be freaking dope.
It's Finn's on Raw.
Give the world
AJ's on SmackDown.
All right, so let's break down this Backlash.
Yeah. Overall thoughts before we break it down.
Amazing.
It was a fun show. It was probably the most enjoyment I've had watching a premium live event from WWE in the past 2 years.
I think it blows pretty much every premium live event out of the water. What's up, Gonzo? It blows every premium live event out of the water in the past few years, with the exception of WrestleMania. I didn't think WrestleMania was that bad. I actually pretty much enjoyed WrestleMania.
I thought this was great. I would put this up there with WrestleMania Night 1.
Yeah.
I thought it was really great.
I can say that.
The crowd was insane.
Yes.
I wish I was fucking there.
The crowd was so damn hot. Like
when I know we're gonna break down the entire card, but when Bad Bunny walked out, his music hit, dude.
That pop.
That was a fucking
Dude, earlier before the show even started, on the pre-show where they showed Savio, the pop he got from the crowd, probably the loudest of the night.
Yep.
And that was on the freaking pre-show.
Yeah.
It was nuts. What a crazy show, man. Amazing.
Yeah. They started off the night with Io Sky and Bianca Belair.
My second favorite match of the night. Probably stole the show if it wasn't for that hardcore match, the Puerto Rican street fight, whatever it's called.
Hardcore match, yeah.
Yeah, man. I thought it was a great match. I
would have liked to see an audible called and Io walking out with the belt.
Not gonna happen, man.
I would have liked to see an audible called and Io walked out with the belt. Just she was so far over. The crowd was insane for her. They wanted her to win.
I mean, I'll tell you this: they might as well have let her win the championship, because when they do the stupid title swap tomorrow, her title reign starts over. So,
yeah.
Fucking stupid draft. All right, go on, Chase. We're back.
I 1,000% agree. I think that's a great point to make. I think that I would have rather had Io Sky beat her, and then cause some friction between her and the other Damage Control members, than have them do a title swap on TV. I think that's goofy.
So stupid.
Like I said, it was weird. I love that idea. As soon as you guys mentioned that, as soon as you guys mentioned the idea of them pulling an audible, I think they should have. I think somebody in the back should have been like, yo, hey, like, let's do this. Like, somebody should have like looked at it. I just feel like sometimes like those things get overlooked, because there's no way that us wrestling dweebs look at that stuff more clear than what they do.
Well, you'd think not.
You'd think not, but I mean, like, you've got somebody who, when she hands the title over, she is now the SmackDown Women's Champion. Her title reign starts over. Yeah. So, I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's crazy. I thought the match was great. But yes,
the Puerto Rican crowd was so well behind Io. They just knew that it was the right call to make if they called the audible.
That match was nuts. The entire time I'm watching that match, I was just like, they just ruined the whole show, because I feel like no one could have done a better match. But then, as we watched, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
But opening that show, I was like, holy shit, these guys just stole the show, and it's all downhill from here right now. But man, it was amazing. But like I said, I mean, I kind of would have enjoyed the audible too, just because of the stupid title swap at this point. At least it would have meant something. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, the crowd was clearly behind her.
I didn't think about that at all. As soon as she hands over the title, her reign ends.
The problem that we have is that WWE is obsessing over record breaking at this point in time. They are so obsessing over breaking records and shattering everything that is in place. Yeah. This is why Roman still holds the belt. This is why you had the Usos as the undefeated tag team for God knows how long. This is why they have put the belt on Bianca and kept it on her for so long.
Agreed. Next match, Seth Rollins versus Omos.
I didn't hate it, didn't love it. I'm not a huge fan of Omos, but I feel like he's better than most big guys that I hate, because we all know Mark hates big men, Kingpin hates big men, but I think it was a lot better match than I thought it was going to be. But still, I still question, it's just, what's the point with Omos fighting these big name guys, and he still be taking L's. He still takes L's. It's like, what are you doing with his push? I don't know.
That I have to admit,
he wasn't even drafted.
he did his job for what he was, for being the big man. He did his job of looking impossible to beat.
Dude,
And
Steve,
that curb
yeah.
stomp off the top rope was great.
That curb stomp off the top rope was fantastic. Loved it. That was my favorite
The
part.
only thing better was when Randy got the RKO off the curb stomp at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm not gonna harp on this match. It gave me like WrestleMania 19 vibes, or not 19, WrestleMania 29 vibes, or God, I don't know, WrestleMania 35.
30, not 5.
I was going to say, you're showing your age here, Chase.
Jiminy Christmas. Gave me
age.
really bad WrestleMania 35 vibes with Seth and Brock starting the show off, and Seth curb stomping Brock like nonstop. I was like, okay, it just seemed like one of those matches where Seth was just doing everything he can to get high spot after high spot and put Omos away. And I agree. Like, what's the point? Like,
yeah,
it's just it's just I hate big men, man. There it is. It's
all right. It's understandable. The United States Championship match: Austin Theory, Bobby Lashley, and Bronson Reed.
I thought Bobby was going to walk out the champ.
I thought we were going to have a title change here, and I didn't hate it.
I thought Bobby was going to walk out the champ, but
I love the way that he's I love the way that Austin Theory is keeping he's smart. He's not, he's not cheating all the time, but he's being smart about it. He's being conniving, but he's being smart about it, So we've seen him win the match that way twice, maybe three times now.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, it was the way he won the United States title from Bobby Lashley last time, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Good point.
I think like if you continue something here with Bobby and Austin Theory, I think this would be a good way to do it. Like,
I also think we finally got a good showing of what Bronson Reed is capable of.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, him going off the top rope, or in the middle of the top rope and going on to Bobby. Was it Lashley? Yeah, going on to Bobby Lashley. Nuts. Yeah. But speaking of Bobby Lashley, I want to continue what Chase was just talking about with maybe their story continues together. I felt like that's why Bobby should have took the W, just to help continue that story. I wouldn't have been mad at the title change, because right now I just feel so bad for Bobby. He needs the Hurt Business back at this point, because I can't get behind him anymore. Like, the guy's just fallen off so much, and he's not even that great of a character for me to get behind anyway. But yeah, I know I was most behind Bobby Lashley was when he was with the Hurt Business, and I think he needs something like that at this point in his career, because it's just, if he's not going to win this triple threat match, I don't see him taking it back from Austin Theory. I don't know. It's just, and now he's on SmackDown. Am I wrong? He was drafted to SmackDown.
I think so. Yeah.
Well, he's not beating Roman, so
no.
What's next for him?
I mean, I think the program is to put him, or the plan is to put him in a program with Roman, but he's definitely
he'll lose too. He's not. If he was going to beat him, he would have beat him already.
Yep.
But
Austin Theory's on SmackDown now. So
Austin Theory's on SmackDown. Someone fresh, right? Yeah. Someone who Roman technically hasn't faced and probably has an opportunity to beat him. Does he? We don't know down the line. But I can tell you right now, those former champions that are on SmackDown right now are not beating.
No,
they are not beating Roman Reigns, because if they wanted them to beat Roman Reigns, they would have done it with the past 3 years already.
Yep. Next match, Rhea Ripley against Zelina Vega.
Zelina is a star. They finally gave her an opportunity to actually wrestle and not just be a mouthpiece. She put on a great show. She looked amazing. I thought it was a fantastic match. We all knew she wasn't losing, but this was a chance.
Oh, there was no way she was going to win.
Yeah. We all know she was losing, but this was a great match to have her showcased, and I felt like she really lived up to the opportunity that they gave her in front of the Puerto Rican crowd, and it was a stellar match.
But the problem we have now is that they're going to just throw her to the back of the line, and she's just going to be back as a mouthpiece again.
Yeah, I hope not.
That's what I was going to ask. Is do you guys think that her showing what happened, or her showing that yesterday, do you think that's WWE going to turn around and go, maybe we have something there, or like Scott said, was that just to pander to the Puerto Rico crowd, and then she goes back, everything goes back to normal this week?
I really hope not, because part of being, sports entertainer, wrestler, you gotta be able to get on the mic, which we already know she is. She's a mouthpiece for tag teams, factions, whatever. But you also need to bring it in the ring. And yesterday she got the opportunity to bring it in the ring, because I was truly worried. I really was. I thought she was going to get squashed. I just had this gut feeling that they were going to bring her out. She's going to have this great entrance, and then Rhea was going to squash her. And thank God they didn't happen. But she really looked great in that match against WWE's top female star right now. And you can't just push her back in the back of the line. You have to keep her involved, because she has it. She has it.
I agree. I agree with you. I agree with you, Mark. I think they do. It's just I have my reserves, and as I think Scott does. And the reason why is because there was a lot of pandering.
Oh, for sure. 100%.
I'm not talking about her entrance.
Yeah.
I think her entrance was inspirational. I think her entrance was phenomenal. She looked absolutely stunning. But
the whole show
the Eddie Guerrero stuff in the match, the 619, that's not Zelina. And so I think if they do something, future, if they plan on moving something future with her, then if they plan on moving forward in the future with her, then she needs to get her own identity. And I don't want to see them split up the LWO. I'm loving it right now. I think it's great.
Oh, I think it's fantastic. I don't think they can't, man. Their merch is up there.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I think for Zelina, I think you gotta find a way to give her own identity, give her her own moves, give her her own stuff. Still keep her in there in the LWO. I'm not talking about splitting her off or breaking the LWO, but man, it's anytime Ray's out, obviously, I don't know if we talked about the Chavo stuff, didn't we?
No, we didn't.
Okay, well,
that only came out during this week. So
did it?
Yeah,
I feel like
it's only recent.
I feel like it's been a while. Anyways, Chavo made a stupid comment about Ray whoring out Eddie's name and Eddie's legacy and blah blah blah, and then went on this big rant, and then retracted all of his statements by saying, "Oh, hey, I'm I just wanted to make sure that I know how to play a good heel." Kind of thing. But part of you wonders if there was some truth in that, man. I mean, because it feels like anytime Ray is involved on TV, there has to be some callback to Eddie. There has to be something done with Eddie. And I feel like they're crippling Zelina by doing stuff like that. Ray can get away with it because it's Ray. He's a legend. He's a trendsetter. Ray could get away with doing that stuff, but somebody like Zelina, who's starting off and trying to blaze her own trail, it's going to be hard. So I would absolutely love to see them do something more with Zelina. She proved to be a star.
See, my thoughts go into this because the reason that she's going to be thrown to the back of the line is exactly what happened when they did Clash of the Castle.
Yep.
Drew got his push for that.
Yep.
And then he got thrown to the back of the line again.
Yep.
It seems like every time they go somewhere where there's someone from that area, and I'm talking outside of America here.
Yep.
They'll get the push, but after that, they'll go straight to mid-card.
Yeah. I see your point.
Jinder Mahal?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I see your point on that, but I think that could bring into a situation where I feel like the women's tag team championships are not working. And I think we should do away with that and bring a mid-card belt for the for the women, because right now Rhea's not losing anytime soon. Bianca Belair might not lose anytime soon.
Well,
So
Bianca needs
opportunities
to
for these ladies, yeah, maybe
No,
opportunity
she
for
needs
the
to lose. She needs to lose. And her reign as champion has begun to get stale. And I know that they want to do the record breaking thing, but she needs to lose. She needs to be the one.
So who does she
chasing
lose
the
it
belt.
to?
I don't know. For me, it would have been EO. But yeah,
I don't know. Like I said, I just think that to give these other women more opportunities, I think it'd be better served to have a mid-card belt as opposed to a tag team championship. And that would help Zelina potentially get her own identity right now, and other more opportunities as well. But tag team championships are not working in WWE. They're not putting forth the effort, making legitimate games. What the fuck?
We don't have one cleaner.
sorry, my child is trying to terrorize us right now.
That's
Okay.
It scared me too. I was like, where is that coming from?
Dude, I was like, oh,
because usually we can see Anastasia in the background, so I didn't see her, so I didn't know she was in the room. And then so when I heard her, I was kind of like, whoa, what is going on?
She's off to the side. She's hiding off to the side. So,
Steven Chambers, we do got 2 women's tag teams called up from NXT. We do, I agree, but they just don't put any effort. Anybody else, they don't. I mean, it's not all just matches, you know. It also helps with promos. Like you have to let these women cut promos on each other. Like it's all part of it. It's not just coming out here and be like putting 2 random people together and be like, okay, well here you go after the tag team titles. You have to be able to build them up, build their characters, finding their own identity as tag teams as well, and they're not doing that.
Yeah, we'll move on from it, but just to kind of finalize what we were talking about, I hope they strap a rocket to Zelina and work with her.
Yeah.
it would be nice, but
they got something with her, man. They really do. They really do.
Agree.
I think it would be nice, but I don't see it happening.
So the one of the co-main events, in my opinion, the match that stole the show, was Bad Bunny versus Damian Priest in a San Juan street fight. Bad Bunny's entrance, that pop, that's unreal.
Nuts.
I mean, it's crazy because you don't see a lot of that nowadays, because the crowds really are split a lot, especially like in the main event. Like you've got a lot of Roman stands, and but then so I mean, like the crowd generally gets split with baby faces and heels. But man, when Bad Bunny's music hit, I don't think there was anybody in that arena that didn't get up and give a standing ovation. It was an eruption like that. It's crazy.
Yeah, that was insane. Like the crowd popped like there was no tomorrow, and it was great. It was great for the atmosphere. It was great for the show. Definitely something that they needed. They needed for that, like to prove that the crowd is into this sort of thing.
For a show to not have Roman Reigns on it, to have your heavyweight championship being defended, you needed a match like this to get that off of them. And they stole the show, like you said. The pop was nuts, and this was probably the best celebrity match I've ever seen, hands down.
Yeah,
just
I mean, this match had everything to me. It had the drama with the story, of Damian, who brought Bad Bunny in, and then Damian had to defend his Judgment Day brother in Dominic, and had
Yeah.
to put Bad Bunny in his place, and Bad Bunny had to step up, man. He had like I said, the drama, the story, the heartache about it, the nostalgia. We'll get to that. I mean, Bad Bunny doing a Canadian destroyer, on Damian Priest, who's like 6'7". Like,
And he's not even a pro wrestler. Like,
Yeah.
he's not actually a pro wrestler. He's a music star.
yeah, I just, it's crazy. You know, the interference. I knew we were going to see the interference, but like for everybody that got like involved, like it was crazy.
Carlito, what a
Yep.
pop for Carlito.
Yeah,
He got to spit in people that aren't cool. I want Carlito to win the World Heavyweight Championship. He fucking deserves it. Never got
It
his
ain't
shot.
happening. It ain't happening.
Give him the championship because he spits in the face of people who aren't cool.
yeah.
Also, hello, Luna. I can see you. I don't know if Twitch is allowing my comments to go through, though.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we see it.
I just said an error occurred. Wait a moment. Try again.
But yeah,
I'm
I
like,
mean,
okay.
everything about that match was stellar. It was amazing. A lot better than I thought it was going to be. Just fantastic. Seeing Carlito, Savio,
Yeah.
LWO, nuts.
Yeah,
Nuts.
like I just thought it was gonna be a Judgment Day LWO, and I thought maybe you'd see Savio Vega, but man, like when Carlito's music hit, dude, I lost it. I lost all composure.
Dude,
I was
Dude,
like-
it was amazing. Like, I was like, holy shit, Carlito's
Yeah.
back.
we need him
Carlito.
back. We need him back.
The backstabber, yes. I'm hoping that that segment was kind of like a light shed for WWE to go, man, he still can go, he's still got it. Maybe we have something there. Maybe we make a phone call and we mend fences. Because yeah. I mean, he's in great shape. He's in a prime age. You could bring him in and he could do a lot of great things. So
I think he can too.
He definitely has a chance. He definitely deserves the chance to showcase his talents against some of the roster that's there.
yeah, I mean, this was an overbooked mess,
Oh, for sure.
but it was a
worked.
delightful overbooked mess.
Agreed.
It was an overbooked mess, but it worked. It worked perfectly. And having Savio come out at the entrance point and then attack Finn and Dominic was amazing.
Loved it.
Matt Riddle, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn versus the Bloodline,
Over
the
it.
Usos, and Solo.
Over it.
Really?
Yeah.
You're over it?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah. I'm
Are you
over it.
sure?
I'm over it.
It needs to end. It needs to end.
I like
Sammy and Kevin going against the Usos needs to end.
When's the story over, Chase?
I don't know, Mark. I mean, it's long-term storytelling, brother. It's the greatest story in 10 years. I mean,
According to you last
I
week,
love it.
Mark, it was the
I
greatest
love it.
faction in wrestling history.
Well, clearly I didn't say that. You must need to get your ears checked. I said it's one of the greatest factions in wrestling history.
and they are. They still are. It's just I think that I think we prepared ourselves so much for this thing to, start to crumble at WrestleMania that when Cody didn't win, then we were like, okay, it doesn't look like it's crumbling just yet. Like they started planting little seeds for it. It's just being drawn out a little bit too long. I get what you're saying, Mark. I like the hints. Like I thought it was really cool how Solo turned around and almost Simone spiked. Jey.
Like when
I
is he
thought
going to
that
do
was
it
great.
though? When is he going to do it? Though?
I know. That's
And
my
then-
problem. That's what I was gonna say. I agree with you. Like it's like okay,
Yeah, and
I
then
like
you
it, like it's cool, but like when is it gonna happen?
right, and then you draft
He
the
should've-
bloodline. You draft the
Look, he
bloodline
should have
first
done it last
overall,
night.
and you still get the Usos on SmackDown anyway. It's
He
like,
should have done it last night and then had the fallout happen on SmackDown.
Yeah,
but now we
like-
get to wait till SmackDown because we're like, oh, is Roman Reigns going to be happy? He's blah blah blah.
is Roman gonna be there?
Yeah, he'll be on SmackDown.
Okay.
Apparently,
been-
he
he's-
makes
he's
his
already been
return to
confirmed.
SmackDown.
I think that I don't think that win did anything for the Usos and Solo.
It
I
didn't.
think that Riddle should have got that win. And I think the team, obviously your champions deserved that win.
Yeah.
I don't.
That's why I'm over it. It's like them winning. What does that put them back in the title contention? Are they the number one contenders now because
Yeah.
they
God,
they
fucking
got
hope
to
not.
beat the tag team champions in a match because that's the WWE way, right? When
Yeah, but they
do
pinned Riddle. They didn't pin the tag team champions.
but they got the W over tag team champions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but see, if it was like New Japan or it was like AEW where they got the pinfall on one of the champions,
But it's not.
completely understand it.
But it's
but-
not.
Where they got it on Riddle, no.
Yeah.
It-
Yeah. I thought the match was decent. And I loved like I said, I loved the little teases and the hints in the moment. But like when you're reflecting back on it, Mark, I agree with you. It's kind of like, okay, but why? Where do we go from here? Like, why are we dragging this out so long?
It's like now I feel like in a couple weeks we're about to get the Usos versus Sammy and Kevin for the tag team championships again.
Where Roman's gonna say, "Oh, if you don't beat him this time,
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
you got to end the story. You didn't end the story at WrestleMania, fine. You wanted to say get another big match at Backlash, fine. But you have to end the story now. Because
Yeah.
clearly Cody ain't going after Roman, so that story is finished. You can keep saying the story's not over, but the story's fucking over when you draft it to a different story.
yeah."
Yep.
So
Cody's going to get his consolation prize in a World Heavyweight Championship.
Speaking of Cody, now Mark,
mhm.
you and I see a little bit differently on this. I liked this match, and
didn't
I
say didn't
liked
like the match.
I liked the ending.
I don't mind the ending. It's just a weird ending. It's
The
just,
most devastating move in WWE history.
I
A
understand.
roll-up.
I understand the ending, but it's like it's Brock Lesnar. Okay, Brock Lesnar can take a loss. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? But to take a loss like that, it's like I understand you don't want to make Brock Lesnar will look weak. Brock Lesnar will never look weak.
Even against Omos, he
Why-
didn't look weak.
Why not have Cody just get something? I just feel like they're constantly just screwing Cody, man. And you see what everyone's saying online, like, oh, this is such a bullshit victory and blah blah. I don't think it's a bullshit victory. Getting a win over Brock Lesnar is a big deal. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
But-
and
But the way it ended, then yeah, I mean, I could see it. But like I said, it's still a big deal at the end of the day. But not getting a legitimate like victory over Brock Lesnar, I feel like was just a cheap roll up. I mean, I wanted to see Crossroads. I wanted to see it happen. I wanted to see him win that way. Maybe a disaster kick, whatever you want to do. But doing a little cheap roll up, it's just like, yeah, fuck you, Cody. Again, we're not gonna let you get a solid statement victory over our guy. Go fuck yourself. And that's what I feel like WWE's doing right now, man. It's just like you fucked them with the championship, you fucked them with Brock Lesnar in this way. I don't know. That's just me. The match was enjoyable though. I enjoyed the
Yeah.
match.
no,
I really did.
no, I agree.
know?
And my only counter to like how like what you're talking about with that is you've made this guy look unbeatable. He's been the beast
Mhm,
for the past 10 years, right?
mhm.
And the only person that can legitimately beat him, like what you talked about, has been Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
So
And it took a shit ton of effort to beat him.
exactly.
It
So-
wasn't a 5-minute wrestling match. It was a
Yeah.
I beat the living shit out of him. I put my body on the line
Yeah.
to actually beat him.
So I just think that I think it was a good look. I think it was good for Cody because it made you go, oh man, like Cody's thinking smart now. Cody's doing what it takes to win. And that's what he did. He went in there and he did what it took to win. I didn't think that, because I've seen all the hype online too of, oh, you made Cody look weak, you made Cody look stupid, you made Cody look. I don't think it did.
I don't think it did either.
I think if it was Braun Strowman, I think so. Yeah. I think if it was, Bronson Reed, I think so. Yeah. But because it's Brock Lesnar coming out with that sneaky victory, like, ooh, like I got you just barely by the hair of my chin. I barely got you. I think that was good for Cody. I think it was good for because it's obvious what they're doing. What they're doing is they're doing the redemption arc. The redemption arc of Cody hit rock bottom. So now Cody's going to go back up. And how long that roller coaster goes up for Cody, we don't know. Cody could challenge Roman at SummerSlam. We have no idea.
I was going to say, so do we run it back with Brock? Do we run it back with Roman and Cody right now? Cody or Brock, either one. Do we run it back either one? With the way that he had the victory over Brock last night, does he run it back? Does he get a second chance at Roman, or do we have to wait till next year's WrestleMania?
Probably have to wait till next year's WrestleMania, in my honest opinion, because I think if they play it at SummerSlam, it's not big enough for the moment. The moment is at WrestleMania. It's about taking the center stage at this showcase of the company.
Can you pull up Steven Chambers' Money in the Bank one?
Cody?
Yeah. All right. So that one, the only way I would be good and okay with that happening is if Cody does what John Cena did and was like, this is what I'm facing you, be ready. Because if Cody goes and tries to cash in the Money in the Bank on Roman, just sneak attacking him after
I agree.
It makes him look like shit. It's like the only way you could beat Roman Reigns is if I already had a match that I wrestled for 20 minutes and then you come out and I got to wrestle again.
Yeah. So, I thought that should have been. I thought that should have been Theory's crowning moment. I thought that was disgusting what they did for Theory's Money in the Bank, and I think it would be. I think if you're going to say that Theory, that there was no way that Theory could beat Roman, so Theory had to cash in on the U.S. Championship, then you're not going to make me believe that Cody's going to do it as well.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like I said, there's got to be some turn of some point in the product, because like I said, Mark, the argument is that by the product that we have been given, that we've been fed the past 10 years, is that because Brock is a legitimate badass, Brock was a legitimate fighter who would cave your face in. Brock is a monster, and it took Roman, leveling up so much for him to be able to get on Brock's level. So if you're still trying to feed us this beast, this guy that's going to cave your face in persona of Brock Lesnar, until we have a reset of wrestling going back to, any given Sunday kind of thing where guys can get beat, then I got, you got to make it believable. Unless you do a complete reset, like I said, unless we go back to the way things were.
Too early WrestleMania prediction right now. I'm gonna put it out there. I don't think Cody wins Money in the Bank. I think it's somebody else that uses that cash in, not on Roman, but on whoever the world heavyweight champion is at that time. And I think Cody runs it back at Royal Rumble, and then they run it back at WrestleMania. That's my too early prediction right now. That's how it's gonna be.
That sucks.
It does suck, but that's what's going to happen. And I fucking agree with you, Chase. Trust me. It's not something I want to see. It's something that I feel in my gut is going to happen.
Yeah. I think just to reiterate, the show Backlash was amazing. The
Yeah.
match, I thought Cody and Brock was great. I thought it was really funny that WWE was like, "Hey, we're going to tone it down on blood," and then part of me wonders if Brock.
Apparently, it was approved. Apparently, that blood spot was actually pre-approved. They knew it was going to happen, and
That's weird. It's just weird that they're like, one week they're like, "Hey, we're not like don't show blood, don't show a lot of blood." And they told the superstars like, "Hey, don't take pictures of your injuries and post them on social media." And then Brock bleeds like a stuffed pig at Backlash. Like,
I mean
just
that
odd.
that buckle shot was insane though. Like you look at how he hit right between the eyes. If he'd hit that little bit off, it would have punctured his eye.
Yeah.
The
Agreed.
dude is lucky he knew where to hit.
Yep.
Yes. We didn't do it. We didn't do a draft this week, did we?
We didn't do
We
one
gotta
last
get-
week. We
we-
haven't done
we
one
gotta
in
get-
like a month.
We'll get back with
Yeah,
the draft next
yeah,
week.
we got to get going back because that was. Listen, like I'm just shooting from the hip here, guys. All right. Scott, I love you so much, brother, and I appreciate you helping out, and I appreciate you stepping in when you need to. But this show was originally Mark and I's idea, and it was so Mark and I could have freedoms to talk about stuff and do drafts and stuff like that we wanted to do. I understand some people don't like how long the show goes sometimes. But sometimes me and Mark are a little long-winded. And I know
fair
sometimes, and the drafts. So next week the draft will return, guys. I apologize. I have slacked off as well. So
All right, so let's get into some bad booking of the week and close
Yes.
it out.
I like it.
You can
Raz.
start it, Mark.
Me?
Yeah.
I think mine's pretty obvious. My bad booking of the week is the WWE World Heavyweight Championship Tournament and the people who were announced today, I believe.
Yep.
That's a big L for WWE. You're already going against the draft. I don't care what anybody says. Only Raw competitors should have been there. Bad booking of the week, World Heavyweight Championship Tournament.
Chase?
I was gonna say the draft, but
And I'm
I
going to
mean-
agree with you on that.
yeah. So I
The
mean, like
draft is worth
the draft / World Heavyweight Championship. I guess the draft not so much. I guess I would agree with Mark. I guess it is the World Heavyweight Championship tournament. I guess I wouldn't have that big a problem with the draft if the World Heavyweight Championship tournament was only for Raw superstars like it was supposed to be.
Yep.
Mine is the fact that we're getting a title swap for the women's title. So
Agreed.
that the draft shits me in that regard.
That could be your
and
bad
obviously
booking
the
next
world
week.
heavyweight title.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. The title swaps hasn't happened yet, so you can plan on using that for next week.
That's already the bad booking of the week.
I like it.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler
guys.
for next
I
week.
like it. All right, guys.
You'll tune in for next week for the actual bad booking draft.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So guys, let's apologize. Let's go around the table. Everybody, let everybody watching know where they can find you online and what you got going on.
Go ahead,
Scott.
So you can find me at RazDarkWolf, at RazDarkWolf, Chase, just so you know, not Wolf, Wolf. You can find me on TikTok. You can find me on Twitch. You can now find me on YouTube as well. And I will be starting to get together some more content. I'll be doing music-related stuff as well as wrestling-related content. You can find in my Linktree links to my merchandise as well that I have available, and to the Discords as well.
All right.
Mark.
All right, guys. Actually, I do have some stuff this week to tell you for once. So my life is starting to calm down just a little bit, starting to focus more back on my social medias. We are live on my YouTube right now. So please go and follow my YouTube and my Twitter. I am very active on Twitter as well. Everything you could find me on, I'm on all social medias. Instagram, TikTok is my biggest following. Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch, pro_wrestling_kingpin. Please go follow me. Tomorrow night after Raw, I will be doing a NXT 2.0 box break tomorrow on my YouTube. So if you guys seen that Rock 1 sold for ridiculous amount of money, the wrestling card game is really starting to skyrocket lately. If you guys are really interested, go ahead and come on my YouTube and Twitch tomorrow night after Monday Night Raw. And of course, I'll be with these fine gentlemen next week. We will be doing another draft. And also, I am doing a new series on TikTok debuting tomorrow. Just be on the lookout tomorrow. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You guys will be real excited if you guys go and check it out tomorrow night. All right, that will debut literally 20 minutes before Monday Night Raw. Next week, we will also be starting. I know I got a lot. Next week, not tomorrow, but next week, we will also be doing a Raw watch along with my boy Steven. He's not in here, and it's not Steven Chambers. We'll be doing that as well.
I was going to say Steven Chambers is finally getting the recognition he deserves.
Not Steven Chambers. You guys don't know him, but he's one of my best friends in the whole world. We'll be doing that together as well. So a lot going on in Pro Wrestling Kingpin. We're going to start doing a lot more now that I have a lot more free time. Finally got my wife in this house. She can get off my back. And we can start getting
that side eye.
At least with the house, she's off your back about the house.
we could start getting it all together going here. So
Sure,
again, you guys,
I'm sure she's still on your back about something else.
Oh, of course it is. So yeah, go follow my Twitter. I am very active on Twitter. I'm trying to build my YouTube. Let's get that Pro Wrestling Kingpin brand. I also have shirts getting mocked up right now. They're pretty dope. Kingpin, if you guys don't know the origin of my name, I'm a big Marvel fan. Kingpin is one of my favorite Marvel villains. It's going to be a lot of shirts with me on them looking like the Kingpin. It's going to be pretty badass. So you'll be checking those out as well.
Nice.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Guys, you can always find me at CR Media on all forms of social media. The link tree, as well as these gentlemen's social medias, is in the description of this video. Make sure if you are interested, we are on the Thursday's episode of the I-70 Hot Tag. We will be interviewing Shaza McKenzie, and Shaza. We will be watching a match of Shaza's tomorrow night for the pit stop.
Still tell her that Sydney sucks.
I will. I will do that for you. I will only do that for you. I don't know how well that's going to go over, but I will only do that for you.
She's probably going to bitch slap you, but
yeah, probably, but that's all right. But then also, guys, Wednesday night you can check out me and Scott on the AEW Dynamite post show, and then Thursday night the I-70 Hot Tag. Guys, do not forget, I have a red strap NWA United States Championship that is so easy to win. It is stupid. All you have to do is
then chase your nudes.
No, don't do that. Don't do that, you sick son of a bitches. Hold on 1 second here, guys.
I'm just gonna let you guys know. Don't even bother. I'm gonna win,
guys. There's all you need to win is one entry. In order to get one entry, you got to follow or like the I-70 Hot Tag on all forms of social media. The I-70 Hot Tag social medias is in my link tree. The I-70 Hot Tag link tree is there. All you got to do is go follow the social medias, screenshot it, send it to the I-70 Hot Tag on Instagram to show proof. Mark, why are you rubbing your nipples while you're not on screen? That's weird.
I was trying to get you to break character, bro.
It worked. The second way to get an entry is you must share the I-70 Hot Tag or share the post about the giveaway, and then screenshot that you shared it and send it to the I-70 Hot Tag Instagram. That gives you 2 entries on the wheel when we spin the wheel. Okay. To get a third entry, you have to subscribe to my Twitch. And so you can get 3. You can get your name on the wheel 3 times, guys. The last day is Thursday. You got to do it before Thursday. I'm going to pay for shipping. This is going to be completely free. I don't understand why you wouldn't do it. We have had a great turnout, but we have not had as high of a turnout as I thought we would.
Get on the sharing. Get on the sharing, guys.
Yeah.
Get in on this competition. This is something you do not want to miss. It is
Yeah, because
a
depending on
beautiful-
how good this goes, guys, I may do another giveaway with a championship. I don't know.
this belt is
but I'm not-
absolutely gorgeous.
I mean,
if
you guys need to do it.
if
but at
you
the
know
end of the
your
day-
wrestling history and you know about the NWA United States title, you know the lineage it holds.
Absolutely. All right. But so come join us Thursday night when we talk to Shazza McKenzie, and then come join us the week after or when we interview Raheem De La Suede, and then we're going to spin the wheel in the second half of the show and give that belt away. Appreciate everybody joining us tonight, guys. Cannot thank you enough. Come back next week. We're gonna talk more mainstream wrestling and talk
And the draft returns.
Yes, absolutely. The draft will return next week. Other than that, my name is Chase. I go by CR Media. This is Scott Razdark Wolf. And
One day.
and then,
One
and
day.
then underneath me is Mark, Pro Wrestling Kingpin. As always, guys, good fight and good night.
Holla.